it down there. Yo! I'm not gonna front you, man. Desiigner went hard. 2016, 2017, Desiigner went hard as hell, man. Hey. So right now we're about to see once again what happened. Apparently he did something, he got arrested. I don't know the full story, and I'm just gonna cover this little video done by Jamari. Yeah, Jamari. So he's gonna let me know. Yeah, well. He's gonna let me know what's up, what happened, once again. Yeah, well. So yeah, let me just open this up real quick. So let's see. Full screen. What happened?
So it's no secret that the career span of the average rapper is extremely short. And I'm not saying that you can't keep rapping. I'm just saying it's hard to keep the attention of an audience month after month, much less year after year. It's almost like playing in the NFL. Because in the best...
Okay, just gonna pause it real quick. No, he's right. Guys, he is right. The market is saturated. There are people coming in, people leaving real quick, real fast. People you think got like talent, they started real strong and shit, and then they just drop off, you know. J. Cole really said it, nyan. J. Cole really said it, nyan. Like, damn. One in. It's bad out there. It's bad out there. And I know some people want to be rappers and shit. Like, and they make some nice ass music, but the thing is, the game is too saturated at this point. It's gonna be really hard to stand out and all that, and it's just, hey, it's very hard to get into. But I guess when you make it, you make it, and I guess if you make it, you better make the most out of it. You ain't get money, don't go spending it and shit. Like you know what I mean. But yeah, that was a tangent. That was a tangent. Let me get back into it.
Back of your head, you know that there will always be younger, more athletic players coming in, or you are likely aging past your prime. And for rappers, you have to hope that you are making the kind of music that will either pop off and play on the radio, or you exist within a bubble that is your cult following. Because you don't necessarily have to be the most commercially successful to sustain a career where you can keep the lights on. You just have to be smart, not sign stupid deals, and feed your fan base. But sadly, that's not the case for a lot of these types of rappers. And for some of them, they become what you call in music a one-hit wonder. Think of guys like Goldlink, Salento, I Love McConan, amongst many, many more. And while you might get your 15 minutes,
Fall from grace, man.
A lot of these rappers are left for the rest of their careers chasing that one hit.
What happened to this nigga Kyle? I've hardly heard anything about him. Maybe it's just me. I need to go into more Kyle music. Because that shit was hitting hard, man.
Like, dude, at this point, you're really just a regular guy with face tattoos. Going to the studio every single day trying to replicate that lightning in a bottle, and it just doesn't happen. Man. One of the biggest one-hit wonders in recent time was rapper Desiigner, who caught fire back in 2016 with his smash hit Panda. If you were outside during that time, you would know how many people got to this damn song. And while some critics were already writing him off as nothing more than a future clone, others saw major promise in his music, including Kanye West, who was arguably making some of his best music at the time. This was around the era that he was making The Life of Pablo, and he would even use the chorus from Panda on his song Father Stretch My Hands Part 2, making the Desiigner track even more iconic. With Desiigner only being around 18 years old at this time, he was absolutely elated when all these different record labels would essentially...
Nigga was 18. That's crazy.
...have a bidding war over him after the success of Panda.
Sound of good music? You've been in the studio with Kanye West.
Yeah.
People who have been in the game for years can't say that. What was that moment like for you? You sitting, chilling, doing Desiigner. Here come Kanye, like, let's turn up, let's put this song out.
Listen, man, I'm fucking right down. It was crazy. I was in the level, man.
That was another thing about Desiigner at the time, bruh. Every time he would talk, what is he saying? You remember? I don't know if you guys remember, but yo, It'd be really hard to understand a nigga sometimes. Like, damn.
11 labels.
Are they even 11 labels out there? It's a bit on you that.
11 labels, all of them was going out. You feel me? Some of them gave it to me. Some of them was like, let's see how Panda do. You feel me? Like, they lost what they did though. You feel me? Like, but I'm in a great, you feel me? In a great squad.
He had to become a force in the industry overnight. And like I said, one of these people who would take notice was Kanye, who would fly him out to Los Angeles and offer him the opportunity to sign with his record label, Good Music, who had a decent track record when it came to their artists like Kid Cudi and Big Sean. So Desiigner was ready to become a part of the Good Music family, and he specifically chose to sign with them over some other more established labels because he was thinking he would be working closely with Kanye West and saw him as a mentor. This actually seems like a common thought in hip-hop, as we all remember when Chance said, "I met Kanye West, I'm never going to fail," and then dropped some hot-ass garbage. And it's another one of those things where it would seem like a highlight of his life and his career to sign with the Good Music record label. And
what happened now? Nigga was like, I love my wife. Once again, man. Wife is actually dissing him on social media because he's up to no good. Just keeping it a bug. He's up to no good. Have you seen this shit? Yo.
Work with Kanye directly, but he actually might as well have signed the death certificate on his career. Within months of dropping Panda, Desiigner would land himself a spot on the 2016 XXL freshman class, back when it still had some sort of relevance.
If it wasn't this, it wasn't nothing else. I was gonna be outside, still doing music, you feel me? So it was just like, this was my only way and my only way out.
Oh, this is a notch on the belt. This is history, you know? This is dope.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love this shit. My bad for cutting you off, but I love this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is everything, you feel me? Like, waking up in the morning knowing you got something else to do, or something else to lay down, you feel me? Another melody in your head is great, you feel me? Like, I love it.
This was actually a really good year for XXL, and that's where he would drop this legendary freestyle.
If you wishing for a bird, kill anybody walking, know that it's on the burn.
Now at the time, a lot of people were clowning him for this, but it would actually end up being...
Yeah, remember, like, people would on and on about the whole Timmy Turner and Demonic and all that shit. Hey, man, I was part of it too. I'm not gonna lie, it really had me spooked. Calculating, man, we were back in grade 8, man. Grade 8, grade 9. Hey, when you're gonna believe all that Illuminati stuff, for sure. But hey.
In the second biggest song of his career, when he would eventually release it officially on his debut album, New English. Kanye would even hop on and throw a verse on the tail end of the remix to Timmy Turner. So at this point, Desiigner had bet on himself, and he had won. So everything was going to plan at this point. This man, Desiigner, had a very infectious, positive energy about himself.
You know that word?
Is that shit? Oh, yo.
I'm trying to chill. I'm trying to not sweat the outfit. You feel me? Like, I'm just going crazy right now. You know, I'm just feeling good, remaining humble. Keeping my blessings to the top of the skies. You know how it is, man. Much love.
At this point, Panda was still a somewhat hot record, and some of his other songs from his debut album were also gaining traction. But this is when the problems with Good Music really began, as not only Desiigner, but other artists on the label would begin to express their frustration with the way their careers were being handled.
Now, what did you think about Kanye with everything that's going on with him and wearing the Make America Great Again hat and loving Donald Trump?
And Charlemagne and everything. I just pray for his best, you know, him to pick the best choices.
Like, as a fan, you know, like I was trying to figure out, like, damn, why Desiigner in certain conversations or in certain places? And I used to say, man, Good Music probably not allowing him to move how he want to move, and not allowing him to drop music how he want to drop music. Were those things that are different from now, where now you feel a little bit more free? Or, like, just tell me what's changed that as a fan I could be like, okay, shit might be different.
For sure, I feel good to be free, man.
In short, they all basically felt handicapped instead of empowered by good music, and like they were not receiving the attention they were promised when they were originally signed. On top of that, Kanye was spiraling into all his BS on a daily basis.
You hear about slavery for 400 years? For 400 years? That's not like a choice.
It's Kanye. What do you expect?
Basically, Desiigner felt left in the dark. And to top this off, he started going through some personal problems with his family. In specific, his father's health began to deteriorate, which seems to have destroyed him mentally. At the time, he recalls that he had no way to get into contact with Kanye West. and it seems like he felt hopeless in the face of losing many people who meant the world to him. From here, he would release less and less music and begin to lose relevance at a very fast pace, as the hype of Panda and Timmy Turner had long died down. To make matters worse, his mental health would continue to decline, as he would sadly lose his father and grandfather within the same year. In 2018, he would release an EP called LOD, an acronym for Life of Desiigner, which would receive a fraction of the attention as his previous album.
Now, have you felt pressure? Because, you know, Panda was a #1 record, it was a big record, and it was hard to catch another one. Do you feel like you kind of had to go backwards? Because you come out, you put a record out, it blows up. So it's like you get a lot of perks that a lot of new artists don't get. But then when the next records come out and they don't pop as big, then you got to like really go on the grind.
The pressure's really on.
Not really going.
Are you still with good music?
Heck yeah, of course, man. All day, man. Definitely. I just told him to push about getting a puppy, you know what I'm saying?
It's like he was always putting on a nice face for the camera. Don't get me wrong, he had made his money, but it still hurts to not get that next hit, no matter how hard you try, and know that every single day you're just sliding like a car going backwards on a hill into...
No fucking way this man put a Fiat Panda rolling downhill, bruh. Nigga, you're a clown.
Relevance. He would mostly stay silent for the next couple of years, leaving good. So his name had really cooled off. From here, he would release singles independently from his new record label LOD, and this was around the time that COVID hit and the world essentially shut down. And like many other artists, it drove him further into irrelevance, as most people felt a serious lack of creative inspiration during this time for being stuck inside all day. And it wasn't until 2022 when he would make headlines yet again after the death of his friend and fellow rapper PNB Rock in September of last year. And then only around a month later, tragedy would once again strike with the death of Migos group member Takeoff, who was also his very good friend. This news would result in what appeared to be a mental breakdown from Desiigner, who would announce he was done with rapping.
I swear to God, it ain't nothing. I'm done rap. I'm done rap. This version of me is done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. Let me take off, bro. It's done. Y'all wanted it. It's over. I can't live like this no more. RP Rock. RP Takeoff.
It's truly sad to see the effects these deaths had on him, and it's easy to see how everything spiraled so quickly.
And it felt like for a while there, like you kind of might have been done with music, man.
Yeah, word. They had one of man, I had one of losing friends in a month, and all that shit they carried. And word, it just like, you know what I mean, hit me.
So obviously at this point, Desiigner has had a promising but very underwhelming career. And for someone who really came into the game all about positivity and manifestation, it's sad to see that he never really felt that same embrace from the industry.
Shout out Lil Yachty, Rick Ross, you dig what I'm saying? Shout out my mans, man, everybody who's out here who's just turning up, man. Jay Prince, man, coming out of Brooklyn, young guy, and just everybody, man. Y'all can all be doing, man.
Yeah.
This happens to a lot of rappers who seem to really want that acceptance from hip-hop, and when they pop off but don't get that love.
I'm just curious, Gyoko, is this man gonna go through what happened, or hey, I'm not sure, because I saw this video popped up and I'm like, okay, I'll watch it just to find out exactly what happened. And it's cool and all that he's going through like the entire history and everything, you know. That's one thing that I like about Jamari and his videos. It gives you a little context, gives you something to think about, like the past events and everything, just to paint a bigger picture of how we came to this moment. Yeah, well, but now there's what, like another like 2 minutes and what, 27 seconds left, and I don't know what's about to happen. Like, he's gonna tell us what happened. We made it this far, might as well still watch.
It really hurts them.
What did you learn from your...
Because all it says is this rapper officially ended his own career. I thought he was gonna talk about that. Maybe that's a misjudgment on my end, but yeah. We'll see.
Previous label situation that you can apply to your career now.
What I'm moving with now, just really just like just a team, you know what I mean? Just if I'm saying like word, you know what I mean? Respectfully, you know what I mean? To not, no offense to the other team I was with, former team I was with, but just the team love, if I'm saying it's more of a like compassion, it's more of a like we talk together, mornings they checking in, you know what I'm saying? It's bigger than just music with them, you know what I mean? It's a family.
Combine that with losing several loved ones, and it's no surprise that his mental health took a serious hit. Still, he was back grinding trying to make another anthem. And now we fast forward all the way to today, where Desiigner has been charged with indecent exposure while 30,000 feet in the air. You see, he was flying from Tokyo back to the States, and they caught this man choking his chicken. Flight attendants on the plane noticed what he was doing, and when they asked him to stop, he said no. This resulted in a misdemeanor and obviously a very embarrassing arrest for the fallen rapper. In response to this, he tweeted out,
how the fuck are you gonna be on an airplane stroking your meat? Pause. Stroking your meat on an airplane. You get caught. They ask you to stop. You say no. Like you look them dead in the eyes, stroking your meat, and you tell them no. That's out of pocket, man. Shit, was he arrested? Yo, I think he was arrested now.
For the past few months, I have not been okay, and I've been struggling to come to terms with what is going on. While overseas for a concert I performed at, I had to be admitted into a hospital. I was not thinking clearly. They gave me meds, and I had to hop on a plane home. I am ashamed of my actions that happened on that plane. I landed back in the States, and I'm admitting myself into a facility to help me. I will be canceling all of my shows and any obligations until further notice. Mental health is real, guys. Please pray for me. If you're not feeling like yourself, please get help. And while what he did was obviously disgusting, it's sad to see how far this man has fallen. He's always been someone who tried to promote positivity, and it's clear that all might have been some sort of coping mechanism for the demons that he's been fighting. I just really hope at this point he does get the help he needs. I mean, obviously someone doing something that thoughtless with as much to lose as Desiigner must really be in a dark place. But y'all let me know what you guys think about his career at this point. Do you think he will ever break past that one-hit wonder status once and for all? Or do you think this will officially be a wrap on his career? As always, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy Tan Superman, and some other rappers out here need to be covered, so I'm out. Peace!
Hey, man. It really do be the happy ones. No, that's something that most of them have in common. Yeah, it's mostly the people you don't really expect it from. And then I'm talking about it as in a more darker light, you know, but the people who look the most put together, look the most happy, you know, most of the time they're not. Yeah, but seeing how far we've come, seeing how far, like since 2016, it's been 6 years now, 6 years, and it's come to this basically. I guess you could say man's did fall a little bit, but he's still like very positive and everything, and it's kind of crazy to see that it's come to like the way it is right now. But hey, that's crazy though. That is outlandish to me still. But still, stroking it on an airplane is crazy. I'm not gonna lie about that. That is crazy to me. Wow. But yeah, that's the video. Thanks for watching, and also shout out to Jamari. Love your fucking videos, man. Yeah, I think I might react to some more of his stuff. Well, some stuff that I haven't watched yet, because this is his most recent video, and I kind of watched the backlog of other videos he's posted. Yeah, well, so I'll wait for maybe something new, or maybe go to something I haven't watched yet and see what that's all about. But yeah, otherwise that's the video. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe. If you like the content, yeah, enjoy. Peace.